Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the second half, and we're going to actually do the second half of the Badouajin. So movements from number 4 to number 5. Can't count. Number 5 to number 8. So the Badouajin, the 8 silken movements. So keeping in your mind that the way that you will express something silken, and take the thoughts a bit further to creating a tapestry, a piece of silken work, and think of all the different threads that have to intertwine. And that's our life, isn't it? All the different things. Sometimes we have a bright portion of life, and that's maybe the golden threads. Other times the life is just beautifully even, and we can think of all those comparisons to this piece of brocade, the 8 brocades, and using our mind to imagine that we are creating that with this exercise and taking it into our daily lives as much as we can. So left and right swing. So it's normally done in a wide stance, and the left and right swing, we go down into a horse riding stance, and then we swing out to the left and across the front of the body to the right hand side, and then coming back up. Now some people don't find, then we do the reverse. So we're down, we go out, we come across, and we come back up. So it may not be the right thing for you, and if that's the case, then what I want you to do is to do a swing over to whichever side, and then just a turn of the waist. So the weight over and a turn of the waist. So we're still getting our nice hip movement in there, but with not too much damage to the lower part of the pelvis. Lots of people, we're all different in our anatomy, and we can do different things when we're differently conditioned. So here we go with left and right swing. So the weight goes down, we go to the left, and then we swing across to the right, swing back, or if you are doing a complete swing, then just take some time to do it in a way which is good for you. So that might be just doing it slightly higher up and not pressing down too far. Left and right swing. And if you want to, you can go further down and make that lower stance, or like me, can do this movement instead. So we come to the middle, weight is even, take the weight to the left and turn back, bring the weight to the centre, take the weight to the right and turn, come back to centre, weight is even, etc. left and right swing. Okay, so back into Uji, and just for a moment, just keep enhancing, keep thinking the thoughts of the processes that are happening in the body and how we all work. What is our responsibility? And taking that responsibility sorry, each day. I mean, you could think to yourself, well, I don't know, I don't do the whole of my garden in one day. That would be creating a problem for my body. I wouldn't clean the whole house in one day. And so I think you should do the same with any exercise. You know, you should do little and often, and not aggravate anything, but encourage things to gently move. Okay, so the next movement is up and down stretch, and we're in a natural stance, and we lift a football sized ball as high as we can above our heads, and then we just tip gently back and take the ball a little bit further back if we can, and then straighten up. And this time we're going to dip down forwards, and you can bend your knees if you want to, and you can put that ball onto a table that's in front of you, or down to the ground. If you have gone down to the ground there, then coming back, slowly unfurl the back, and then let the body, let the pelvis rest for a moment, and let everything go back into its place. Give the pelvic joints a little bit of encouragement there. So we lift the ball to above our heads, breathing in, and then just stretch back a little bit. Take the ball behind us and stretch a little bit. Upright, breathing in, then you can just take the ball forward. So wherever you're going to hit, if you hinge into there, that's fine. If you want to go further and you haven't got the capacity, you can bend your knees and go down. When you are down, lift that ball up gently to waist height, and then allow yourself just a moment to settle all of the liquids in your brain, for want of a better explanation. So we'll just do a few of those then in your own time. Good. And again, just take a moment to trace your mind through all of the body, from your brain, to think of your brain being this centre of all the commands for your body, and blood coming to the brain. Very good exercise for getting the blood circulating without too much stress. Okay, and we move on to a diagonal knock. So this is done in a wide stance, in the horse riding stance. So arms loose by your sides, and then making a soft fist, draw the fist up centre of the body to chest height, and then with an out breath or a down movement, you make the diagonal knock to the left, and then bring that back to join, and this time stretching up. As soon as we're fully stretched, open the palms of the hands and spread the fingers, and just let the weight of the air come down, 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 pressing you down. As soon as you're completely down, turn the hands into the soft fists again, up to chest height. This time diagonally knock to the right, body upright, and stretch up as far as you can, but not overstretch, and then open the hands. Spread your fingers out and just let the air just gently take them down. So we'll just do a few repetitions there now with that. You can get your breathing nice and controlled. Feel the benefits of the movements, very soft movements, and allowing the body to take every movement into its brain. Follow the movements with your mind. Gently breathing, a gentle approach to breathing. Now we come back into the Wuji and continue our thoughts on responsibilities to ourselves, and following the whole process of how our mind and body are nourished by our thoughts, our actions, nourished by our choices, food, nourished by our lifestyle choices, and really think about your responsibilities and how that flows into what you do during the day. Okay, the last movement is a heel and toe bounce. And heel and toe bounce, often done with more vigour. So we just begin the swinging, if you like, and then just let the feet rock from front to back. And if that's what you choose to do as your heel and toe bounce, that is fine. Just letting the heel come up slightly and the toe come down. Of course, you can do it like this as well, where it's a much slower movement and a more dynamic press down of the heel. therapist. Oops. It's a nice way to complete a little sequence there with a more dynamic stitch or step, whichever you thinking of it as. We just finished today the Baudouin, sorry, not our complete finish for today, we've got a few more minutes, but this Baudouin sequence we finish, we're thinking of the complete brocade that you are weaving, stitching, and you can think of that, you can, I don't know, buy yourself a piece of stitched work and use it like a little framed picture. Use it to remind yourself of the brocade that you are stitching for your life and your responsibilities in that, responding to maybe what comes in a mindful way, responding to all of the changes in texture of your life. Okay, so we will finish up with a good practice of the section of Tai Chi 16, Beijing style. So if you go to the front of your space, because we are going to move backwards, so you don't need a huge lot of space backwards, but we do make 6 steps backwards, 6 half steps backwards during the repulse monkey section. So to get ourselves into the artificial start, because we're for this particular one, we're leaving out the 4 movements before apparent close-up, but we're still doing the commencing. So for commencing, we begin with making a salute or a bow, in a fairly traditional way. During the bow, we feel our connection to those that we practice with in our community. We feel our connection as we commence these movements. Just do 3 commencing movements. Allow the chi, the energies to flow around us. Feel part of that energetic way of life. So into bow stance, and allow the arms to fall in front of you, just slightly inclined forwards, and we begin apparent close-up. The weight is shifting to the back foot as we take the stance. Just hold that on the back foot, weight is on the back foot. Now transfer the weight even and turn to the right. And then brush down, let the body sink. Weight to the right and make the beak. Weight to the left. Dip in to the basket of grain and bringing the weight over and over to the right side. Foot and hand. And you're here now, let the weight drop down, heel drops down, all your weight's low, and you shift out, and then single whip to the left. Bring up the left hand, cross the face to become the lute. Bring up the right foot into the instep, and using the right hand, we strum down and let the weight come fully down before we step into Wuji and begin repulse monkey. So we open to the right and lift our left leg, half step back, press forward, repulse, open to the left, lift our right leg, open to the right, and the last one, press forward, repulse monkey, and then step into Wuji. Just come into a nice formation there, because we can do the last step, which is weave the shuttles left and right, anti-clockwise with the left hand, anti-clockwise with the right hand. Bring the hands together. We're going to step to the left, so we put the weight into the right. Stepping to the left, we begin an embellishment and we press the shuttles forward and we bring the shuttles back. Come back into Wuji. Clockwise with the right hand, clockwise with the left hand. Hold the ball in front of you. Because we're going to step to the right, we're going to lean into our left foot, embellish, and press the shuttles forward, bring them back to Wuji. Come to upright by moving the left foot in, and we close with a salute, embracing our thoughts of community, recognising and respecting those around us. And there we have it. So hopefully that has taken us, well, we've got a couple more minutes by my reckoning, so let us finish, if you've got time, we will finish with the Dao form. So we're in Wuji stance, and we'll just do a couple of repetitions of the movement. So going into the flow of the movement, see if you can, for these last few minutes, just take on that expression of flow. So we begin. Arms pressing out as if we're swimming and letting the body sink. Turn the palms up and bring them to enclose the brow, full height. Press down and gently breathe out. Flying wild goose goes up onto toes and makes a really huge expansion of wings. Relax your shoulders. Just let your body come up to height. This time just up to waist height. And then we shift down and the water in front of us. Dip into the water and breathing in, bring the elbows behind you and the hands into the waist. Gently breathing out, soften your breath and make an outward expression of hands, and bring them up above the brow, turning, and the backs of the hands brushing down, sinking down, and just let them sink down. And there we have it. So just take a moment to, after you finish today, to think about what I've said, and maybe to purchase yourself a little, have a look in some charity shops, see if you can find yourself a little embroidered piece of work. It doesn't have to be very big, just as a visual reminder of the brocade that you are creating with your life, or better still, you could maybe stitch one. Who knows what's available. So I will say goodbye and thank you. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I shall see you all very soon, no doubt. Bye.